My best friend of 11 years stopped returning my calls the week I got diagnosed. I didn't realize until later that she'd been waiting her whole life for a reason to leave. We met freshman year of college, the kind of friendship that happens fast and feels permanent. Shared an apartment for 3 years after graduation, stood in each other's weddings, called every Sunday without fail. When my marriage ended, Maya was the first person I told. When her father died, I drove 4 hours in a snowstorm to sit beside her at the funeral. That's the kind of friendship it was. Past tense. Now, the diagnosis was breast cancer, stage 2, caught early enough that the prognosis was genuinely good. I wasn't calling people in tears. I was calling people with a plan. Surgery scheduled, treatment mapped out, doctors cautiously optimistic. I told Maya on a Thursday evening. She said all the right things. She said she was there for whatever I needed. She said she loved me. She texted twice after that. Both times I responded. Then silence. I told myself she was processing. Some people need time when bad news lands close to home. Her mother had died of cancer when Maya was in her 20s. I knew this. I held that knowledge gently. I gave her room. 2 weeks passed. I sent a short text. Nothing demanding. Just thinking of you. The reply came 6 hours later. So sorry. Been slammed at work. Talk soon. We did not talk soon. My surgery was on a Wednesday in October. My sister flew in. My neighbor drove me home. My coworkers sent flowers. Maya sent a DoorDash gift card and a voice memo that was 40 seconds long, most of which was background noise from what sounded like a restaurant. I want to be precise about what that felt like, because it mattered. It wasn't anger. Not yet. It was the specific confusion of looking at something familiar and not recognizing it. Like walking into a room you've been in 1,000 times and finding the furniture rearranged in the dark. Recovery gave me a lot of hours to sit with things I'd been too busy to examine. I started thinking about other moments. The birthday where she arrived an hour late and left early. The conversation where I'd told her about my divorce and she'd redirected to her own relationship problems within 4 minutes. I had counted. I remember counting. Small things I'd filed under: off day, bad week, she's going through something. I called her 6 weeks after my surgery. She answered, which surprised me. We talked for 20 minutes. She asked how I was feeling. I told her. She said she'd been meaning to reach out, but things had been heavy. I asked what had been heavy. There was a pause, and then a vague answer about stress and needing to protect her energy. Those were her words. Protect her energy. I said gently that I had cancer, and I hadn't heard from her in 2 months. She said she found it really hard to be around illness because of her mom. She said she hoped I understood. I told her I did understand, and that I needed to go, and I hung up. Here's what I've spent the months since figuring out. She wasn't lying. It probably was hard for her. People's wounds are real and they shape real behavior. But understanding why someone can't show up for you doesn't obligate you to keep offering them the chance to not show up. Those are two separate things. I confused them for 11 years. What I found on the other side of losing that friendship was something I hadn't expected. The people who did show up came into sharper focus. My sister, who is not someone I've always been close to, sat with me through 4 chemotherapy sessions and never once made it about herself. A woman from my book club, someone I would have called an acquaintance 6 months ago, started dropping off dinner every other Tuesday without asking or announcing it. She just came. I think about what it means to know someone. I thought I knew Maya. I knew her history, her preferences, her humor. What I didn't know, what you can't know until the moment arrives, is what a person does when staying is hard. Some people are only built for the easy seasons. That's not a moral failing, but it is information. I have 7 more weeks of treatment. I feel okay most days. I keep my Tuesdays free.